Hey guys, welcome to the forest and welcome to Lunch Plus. It is going to be an awesome day.
This is a great day. This is a wonderful day.
You ready to go like lumberjacking in the woods, doing whatever lumberjacking people do, like cutting down trees? You're going to go, if you see him just walk away, it's just because he's going to cut down a tree, okay? Well, today we have a wonderful broadcast for you. Right now it is Family chat.
Family chat. See, you're family and we're chatting with you. So,
oh, that's so true.
Oh,
nice. It's so nice. And then after that, we have Bible trivia, where you can earn real money. And then we have a brand new segment called What Animal Is That?
What could it be?
Yeah, and that is from Buddy's Brain. And then after that, we have confessions. Then we have top 10, and it's Thanksgiving themed. And yesterday we started that whole Thanksgiving thing where we were talking about what is normal for you. So hop on for top 10 if you want to know if Barat's top 10 is like your top 10 for Thanksgiving. Anyway, okay. Then after that we have What's the Word? It's going to be awesome.
It is going to be great.
It is. Yeah. Well, guys, I think you know what time it is. Do you know what time it is?
According to my not watch, it's 11:35.
It is time for questions. Oh, and remember, excuse me. Remember, before we go into questions, you can earn money in Bible Trivia today. You can also get money just by being the 100th comment. That's all you got to do. Be the 100th comment, and you get a gift card. So comment away as we start questions, and that'll get you in the process to be the winner. Okay, question number 1. What's the worst Thanksgiving food? Okay, guys, let me know. Let me know who's on. What do you guys think?
Also, before this goes away, someone named, I'm gonna butcher this, but I think it said Hammerstrand, said blessings from Sweden. Hello, Sweden.
Hi, Sweden. Thanks for watching.
Sweden?
It's good to see you.
Nice. Ooh, whoa, there were lots of comments.
Why are we getting numbers?
1 tree bark, 2 beets.
Why are we getting numbers?
3.
What is happening? 1,
2,
3.
4,
That's different
5.
than what's the worst Thanksgiving food?
Numbers.
I'm confused.
Don't eat numbers.
Trying to get the 100th comment.
See, that would
Sneaky.
make sense, you know.
That does make sense. Okay, George said beets. Beets are the worst.
Whoa.
I can hop on board with that. Is that a Thanksgiving food now?
I don't know if that's a Thanksgiving food. The last time I remember eating beets was when my grandpa was in the nursing home. So I don't really have the best memories with beets, but they taste pretty good.
I just think of like a salad bar when I think of beets. And all the times, this is actually bringing it into Thanksgiving. So all the times, as a kid, I would go to the salad bar and see what I thought was cranberry sauce, and it was beets. And it was very disappointing.
You went to the salad bar as a kid?
Yes.
What kid in their right mind goes to the salad bar at any restaurant?
Abby and Barrett.
There's got to be something better
Barrett's
somewhere else.
Barrett's putting her hands up.
Who eats leaves when there's
Well,
pizza?
listen, this is what you do. As a kid, you put a ton of ranch and bacon bits, and there you go. There's your salad.
Well, apparently
Mr.
I'm
Rule
wrong.
is shaking his head. Okay, Lisa said cranberry sauce for me. That's the worst. That's your least favorite. Pastor Nicole said the worst is food you're expecting to be good and someone jacked up the
that's
recipe
true.
so it's not heartbreaking.
That's
That
true.
is so true. And it's like this one moment, like it's a big day. It's Thanksgiving Day,
Yep.
and something you were expecting is
It's just
bad.
gone. Like you're like, ooh, whipped cream, and then it's sour.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It is. Okay. Rachel said the worst is either cranberry sauce or potato salad. Potato salad's Thanksgiving?
I agree with potato
Isn't
salad.
potato salad like
I agree with potato salad.
summertime, like having a barbecue? Like, I don't think of potato salad
salad.
as Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Rachel said
Apparently
it's an every
day.
event food.
Yep. Buddy says a live turkey would be bad. What?
Would it though? Would it not be
It could.
memorable?
It could be not bad. Johnny says actual cranberries. Cranberries are pretty good.
Like
The berry of cran.
you can eat it,
It's a berry, Marky.
but
edible.
but no one eats it.
It's.
But no one does that.
I bet you if you drove to Whole Foods right now, there would be a cranberry.
You can eat I thought you had to cook a cranberry.
What? It's not like dang it. Why did I think of pomegranate? Why am I thinking of pomegranates
It's-
now? Anyways,
you
there's a
can't-
fruit that you can't eat, but a cranberry is not it. You can
Really?
you can just nosh down on some cranberries. It's pretty-
What? All of my life, there's 25 years, I've never done that.
Nope.
Have you guys ever eaten a live cranberry? A raw cranberry.
Fresh from the vine, a live
A
cranberry.
live cranberry?
As you bite, it screams.
Oh my god.
Barrett has eaten a live cranberry fresh from the vine. See, she gets it.
Oh, Arabella said beets.
Just
wow, I didn't know beets was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Beets are delicious too. Like
Are
pickled
Are
beets.
they? Okay.
Pickled beets.
Johnny said,
Whoa, that
I'm
was a lot.
enjoying the joy.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very true.
Joni said, I support Lisa Lamb with both of her dislikes, green beans and cranberry sauce for me.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty.
Barrett said mashed squash. I actually like mashed
I
squash.
disagree with that
I like
so much.
it.
Depends on when you mash it though. Like if you cook it with some corn, like
Corn?
before. Wait, no, not corn. What's the word I'm looking for? Corn meal. Yes.
Corn meal.
Yeah, you like fry it in a pan with corn meal and then you mash it. Oh.
I've never used cornmeal.
You get
I
the-
don't know.
you get the crunch.
I don't know
It's so
anything
good.
about that life.
so
Okay.
good.
Question number 2. What's the ultimate Thanksgiving pie? I expect a lot of comments on this
yeah,
one.
I do too.
What is the ultimate Thanksgiving pie?
There's going to be lots of debate over my answer. but-
Barry said sweet potato,
potato
very
pie.
quickly.
Yes.
She commented very
Sweet
quickly.
potato pie is very good.
Buddy
Pumpkin
put a
pie.
pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. I have to agree. I think the staple of Thanksgiving is pumpkin pie.
That's
is it
true.
my favorite? No.
No.
But it
But
is the staple.
it is
I
the
think
staple.
it's my favorite pie of all time is raspberry pie.
That's pretty accurate. That's not.
What?
Thanksgiving.
My
That's
mom
pretty
always does
accurate.
fruit pies for
Ooh,
Thanksgiving.
we got 2 chocolate pies.
So
a
like
sweet
this
potato,
is my mom
pumpkin.
does a pumpkin pie, apple pie, raspberry pie, strawberry pie, blueberry pie.
Not cranberry.
Well, no, because
No,
I didn't
okay.
know you could do things like that with
Okay,
cranberries
okay,
until now.
Okay. So we got 2 chocolates, a sweet
okay.
potato, pumpkin, apple, pumpkin. That's.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's fair.
that seems pretty much what I thought it would be. Mine's key lime. It's not Thanksgiving at all.
You're telling me raspberry
It's
pie?
not Thanksgiving at all,
Raspberry
but
pie isn't
key lime.
Thanksgiving, but chocolate pie is Thanksgiving.
Chocolate pie is chocolate pie. Come
I've never
on.
had chocolate pie at
Come on,
Thanksgiving
chocolate
in
pie
my
is-
life. And see,
Chocolate pie is one
this
of
is
those
funny
things.
because everybody has different
Ooh.
traditions.
Transitions?
Everybody has different traditions.
Transition? No, I'm kidding.
Chicken pot pie, buddy,
That's-
stop it.
that is accurate.
You are changing
That
things.
is accurate.
That is not.
We never said dessert pie. Chicken pot pie.
Why do you have to go against the grain, buddy? Barrett said it's not my fault you were deprived of chocolate pie. But you can have that any time of the year because you just have chocolate any time of the year like that.
George.
It's a winter food. George said we're learning. Margie needs to get out more.
She does. She's stuck in a cave all the time. She lives in that hut back there.
Oh my gosh.
It's right behind her shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
She lives, wait, no, move that way.
Oh my
There's her
gosh.
hut. There's her hut. It's over there.
Rachel said turkey pot pie.
Never had that.
You've never had turkey pot pie? Like for Thanksgiving leftovers?
I barely knew chicken pot pie was a thing. Turkey pot pie?
I need to get out. I need to get out, and he doesn't know what chicken or turkey pot pie
Okay,
is.
I know what chicken pot pie is. What is it? Is it just?
It's the same thing,
Oh.
except you take your turkey leftovers and you put it in a pot pie.
Okay, well, okay, it's all right. Don't shoot me. Okay, there's turkey.
Buddy said, hello, Justice Markey.
Yeah. Tell me
That's
about it.
why when I feel like I've been wronged and I can
shepherds.
eradicate it, that's what happens right there.
Johnny said shepherd's pie. I agree.
Ooh, shepherd's
I agree wholeheartedly
pie.
on that one.
Barrett said, I haven't even read this sentence yet. I just see Marky's being aggressive. Okay, let's read the whole thing. Marky's just being aggressive because she feels wronged with the pies.
Off screen, George just said shepherd's pie is not made with real shepherds, and it makes me sad.
Thank you. You took the highlight off of me. Yeah. Holly said, use gravy instead of cream of chicken for your liquid in your turkey pot pie. Oh.
That actually doesn't.
That
seem
makes
not
it
bad.
more southern. That's cool.
Just gravy.
Wow.
Gravy's a weird
That's
word.
cool. Okay, question number 3. Parade or football? Never football for me.
Is that what?
The parade, like, so you can watch the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving Day, or you can watch, is it Cowboys? Cowboys and...
Indians?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know it was Indian. I knew it was Cowboys, but sure. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, that's a joke. Wait, who is it? What is the team? George is doubled over laughing.
Put it in
Cowboys
the comments.
and
I'm
not Indians.
I'm done with Marky at this point. I don't know.
Who is it?
I don't watch football. I barely watch basketball.
What is the other team?
Yeah, there's more than one.
Oh, it's different. It's not the Cowboys? I thought it was the
No,
Cowboys.
there's more than one team.
I don't know why I thought it was the Cowboys every year.
Again, Marky needs to get out.
Like, it is the Cowboys?
Cowboys against Washington.
Washington football team.
Washington against the
Hey,
Cowboys.
I was right.
Or the Ravens versus the Steelers.
Or the Ravens versus the Steelers.
Does
The
that?
Texans versus the Lions.
Or the
are-
Texans.
Are you just gonna go through the entire football roster as matchups?
Lions and Tigers and Bears.
Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my.
Oh my. I choose the nap because that happens while both are on.
That comes from
Isn't the parade though like later on in the day?
It is 9 a.m.
Oh.
I mean, not the parade, the football game. No, I know the parade's earlier. I mean, the football game, isn't that later on?
Isn't it later on in the day? Yeah.
Oh.
I think the only Thanksgiving that I've actually watched football was I went to Wyoming to be with my mom's family for Thanksgiving, and we watched like 2 football games afterwards. I didn't understand what was happening because I was like 8 and I still know nothing about football other than ball go here and people run there.
Yeah, and people tackle people.
Yeah, and just
Yeah. Yeah.
bleh.
Yep, that's football.
Yep. pretty
Well,
much. Yep.
I think we have a question number 4 that doesn't have to do with football that we
Yay,
don't
no
know
football.
about. So what is question number 4?
No, that's not even a question. No.
Should salad be a part of Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
You don't have room for that.
No.
You can't waste
That's-
your stomach
no.
space on salad. You have to save it for the mashed potatoes and the stuffing and the turkey. Arabella said yes. What?
No.
You can have
You are
salad
wrong. Go
every
back to
other day of
school.
the
You're
year.
wrong.
You can have it every other day of the year, not Thanksgiving. Oh my
Nope.
goodness, guys. Oh
Nope.
my goodness.
Salad is for vegans,
Yeah.
and I am not a vegan. And
Barrett
I
said-
want food. I want real food.
Barrett said green bean casserole makes up for it. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, Holly said no. Okay, so I'm assuming Holly is not making Arabella salad for Thanksgiving.
It's pretty much a resounding no in the comments.
Yeah.
George says, can't waste your stomach space for salad, with
Yep.
like 8 laughing emojis. So
Yep.
it's pretty accurate.
Yep. Oh, Barrett has a good
That's-
question. Should roasted veggies be a part?
Yes.
I say yes.
Yes.
Yes. I say yes.
Roasted veggies are the only way to eat vegetables
That's true.
that are delicious.
That's true.
Like
they are
steamed,
so good.
Steamed anything is just sad and
It just makes
moist
it like a
and-
funny smell.
Yeah. But then your kitchen smells weird. You roast it with like some olive oil, some garlic powder, onion powder, mix it all up.
Yeah. Johnny says, Belle eats steak and salad all the time. Well, okay, all the time, yes. Thanksgiving is time for turkey.
turkey time.
Barat said, if we're very aggressive against salad, why not aggressive against roasted?
Well, there's a difference between a
roasted
bowl
vegetables?
of leaves and actual vegetables that are delicious.
Yes, that's true.
Hi, Mom.
Aw, his mom said hi.
Hi,
His
Mom.
mom's Deb said hi, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. I'm going to be home in like 3 hours, but anyways, hi.
Well, guys, I want to remind you of what we have going on today. So right after this, we're going into Bible trivia. Then what animal is that?
What could it be?
Then confessions, top 10, Thanksgiving top 10, special top 10. And then what's the word? But now it is time to go into Bible trivia.
Woo.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Bible Trivia. This is your opportunity to win a free gift card on us. How exciting is that? If I were you, I'd be super excited because I think everyone likes free gift cards. So here's how this is going to go. We have 5 questions for you today. And in the comments, we want you to answer in a very specific way because that helps us as we're reading the comments to figure out who is first. The first person to give us the right answer for these Bible trivia questions will get a gift card on us. So here's how we want you to give your answers. These are multiple choice questions because, you know, we're generous here at the Lunch Plus broadcast. And what we want you to do is we want you to first put in the comments the number of the question. So if it's question 1, put 1, and then A, B, C, or D, whatever your answer is. That way, it just makes it easier for us to know which question you're on and what's going on. And the first person on our screen, it might look different on your screen, but the first person to give the correct answer on our Restream chat right here in the studio will get that gift card for that question. All right, are you guys ready? Are you ready? Put a hands up in the comments if you are ready for Bible trivia today. And with that being said, let's jump in to question number 1. Question number 1 for today's Bible trivia. Where did Jonah flee to when God called him to preach to Nineveh? A, did he flee to Sodom? B, did he flee to Tyre? C, did he flee to Tarshish? Or D, did he go to Vegas? Where did Jonah flee to when God called him to preach to Nineveh? I see the answers coming in quick. Where did he flee to? The correct answer is whoa, things are getting wonky. The correct answer is C, Tarshish. Like the only word in the Bible that you cannot say without sounding like Sean Connery. Tarshish. We're going to Tarshish, everybody. All right, it is C, Tarshish, and that goes to Arabella over on YouTube. William says, the only way I remember is from VeggieTales. That's great. All right, so well done, Arabella over on YouTube. And guys, I know I've mentioned this like every single time we've done this segment, but there's something quicker over on YouTube. So guys, if you want to go head on over to YouTube and check it and like our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, you have a better chance from what I've seen in the past. You'll have a better chance to win over on YouTube. All right, let's jump into question number 2. Okay, question number 2. Who is the oldest man to ever live in the Bible? And in parentheses, I put who actually died. All right, who is the oldest man to live who actually died? Was it A, Ehud? Was it B, Methuselah? Was it C, Adam? Or was it D, Betty White? Who is the oldest man to ever live in the Bible? And I'm realizing now that Betty White was not a man, but you know. It is what it is. All right, I see the answers coming in. Who is the oldest man to live? The correct answer is B, Methuselah. And that goes to Johnny Shaver on Facebook. Wow, well done, Johnny. Well done, Johnny. William said D. I'm not convinced she's not immortal about Betty White. That's great. All right, well done, Johnny. That one goes over to you. Okay, guys, let's jump into question number 3. Question number 3. In the New Testament, a drachma was about how much times wages? Was it A, a day's wages? Was it B, a week's wages? Was it C, a month's wage? Or was it D, a full year's wage? In the New Testament, a drachma was about how much times wages? Oh, hello, we just got our 100th commenter, and that goes to Miss Marilyn. Well done, Miss Marilyn. You got our 100th comment of the day. And you know what? What's the correct answer for question number 3? The correct answer is, it is A day. Whoa, we just jumped into question number 4. But the correct answer was a day, and that one also goes to Miss Marilyn. So, Miss Marilyn, you just got 2 gift cards in 1 comment. Well done, Miss Marilyn. All right, well, you guys already saw question number 4 hop up. If you had a quick chance to look at that, I guess you can take advantage of it. But let's put question number 4 up. Number 4 question for today. Who was Timothy's grandmother? Was it A, Tabitha, B, Lois, C, Sapphira, or D, Eve? Who was Timothy's grandmother? I see the answers coming in. They're coming in quickly. Who was Timothy's grandmother? Who was Timothy's grandmother? The correct answer is B, Lois. And that one goes to Miss Arabella Shaver over on YouTube. Well done, Bella. You got another gift card. All right, guys, it's time for our final question today. Our final question, and you can win it. You can take home your very own gift card if you get this one first. All right, let's jump in. Question number 5. Here's what it says. In Revelation, how many people of the 12 tribes of Israel are sealed as servants of God? Was it A, 100,000? Was it B, 144,000? Was it C, 777? Or was it D, innumerable? How many of the 12 tribes of Israel are sealed as servants of God in the book of Revelation? Was it A, 100,000? Was it B, 144,000? Was it C, 777, or was it D, innumerable? Which one was it? How many were sealed? The correct answer is B, 144,000, and that goes to Miss Marilyn over on YouTube. Well done, Miss Marilyn. Congratulations, you just got another gift card on us. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us for Bible Trivia this week. Guys, now we're moving in to a standalone segment. We've never done this segment before, and we will never do this segment again. So you are in for a treat. Now it is time for What Animal Is That? And that's probably going to be exactly what you're going to say. What animal is that? We'll see you right there. What's up, everyone? Welcome
Hola.
to this. I don't know what that was. Welcome to this new segment called What Animal Is That?
Which animal is
So,
it?
here's the thing. This segment is probably going to be completely different than what you were anticipating by the title.
Uh-oh.
Because here's what we're doing today. All right. I don't know if you ever knew this, but there are rare occasions where veterinarians, especially like at zoos or certain places like that, will have to shave an animal bald in order to
Oh my.
in order to do things that they need to do. Surgeries
Yeah.
and whatnot.
That type of stuff.
So there are images on the internet of animals that you know and love, but without the fur and
Nice.
without the hair. And they are either very interesting looking or just completely like creepy. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be putting up images of these hairless animals, and you're going to have to guess what you think that animal is.
Every one of them is a
then.
cat. I don't even need to see it.
And guys, we want you to participate in the comments as well. Put your guesses. Whenever the images come up, we want you to put your guess as to what you think that animal is. All right?
Let's do this.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, this will be fun. This is going to be super fun. All right, put the first animal up on the screen. Here's our first one.
Let's go.
What animal
Oh my.
is this?
A rabbit.
Guinea
pig.
pig.
Honestly, that looks like a
Hippo.
baby hippo, doesn't
It
it?
does look like a baby hippo.
But here's the thing, hippos don't have hair. Well, at least for the
Well,
most
neither does that one.
That one
Yeah,
doesn't.
neither does that one. So that's your final answer?
Hi, Johnny.
That's what you,
Hi, Bells. What's that?
so you guys think that that's a guinea pig?
Yes,
Guinea
absolutely.
pig.
All right, what is it?
Piggy guinea.
It is.
Bum, bum, bum.
It is indeed a
Nice.
guiney pig.
Nice.
That does not look nice.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No.
Looks ugly.
Not at all. It literally looks like
Yep.
that second one
Yeah.
looked even more disturbing. Deb
Not
said
okay.
a hairless something.
I agree, Mom.
Thanks.
Oh, this is going to be fun because that was like the most normal looking one out of all
Oh,
of them.
good.
Oh my.
All right, let's put up our next one. What is this?
Do, do, do,
I don't even know what that would be with hair.
This one's definitely a very interesting looking animal.
Well, I was going to say aardvark, but his nose is
Aardvark?
too. And then I was going to
Yeah,
say
that's a
one of those
shorter
pill
nose.
pugs, but that's not it either.
I don't even know what that is.
What do you mean?
Is that a
Pill pug?
A pill bug. You know, it's one of those roly polies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
no, that's not
all
what that was.
All right.
is that a
Bella says a badger?
badger?
Honey badger? A hedgehog. That's the word I was looking for, Jed. Thank you.
Hedgehog, is that your guess?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking
without
for.
the porks?
Porcupine without the
Ooh,
porks?
nice.
A hedgehog is pretty much like a small porcupine.
Yeah, but he wasn't blue though, so it's not
true.
Sonic.
Yeah, you're right.
No hedgehogs
not
are actually blue. I don't know if you know.
I
this.
have a
Or
video
red.
game that
Okay.
says they are.
Okay,
PETA doesn't let me not dye a hedgehog blue, so.
that's true. Okay, so you're guessing a porcupine or a hedgehog? You guessed hedgehog.
Yep,
What,
I
what's
guessed
your guess?
I'll go porcupine just to see.
Just to
That's a good
change
call.
things up.
Just to twist it up.
Miss Marilyn guessed an
Anteater.
anteater.
That's where I was at the
Actually,
first time too.
Yeah. All right.
I get
What
that.
what is
Snoot.
it?
Totally get that.
Show us what it is. It is a
Yes.
hedgehog indeed.
Nice. Thanks, Deb.
That picture right there makes you kind of see it a little bit more. You know, when
I
it's
can't even tell what that is.
it's balled up.
It's a hedgehog. There's a name
you
above
know,
it.
and it's-
Oh, yeah, okay, I see, yeah. Here we go.
Michelle guessed armadillo. That was a good guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
All
what I was
right.
thinking, too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's put our next one up. What's our next animal?
do we have
For
here?
what animal is this?
Bunny.
Rabbit.
Yep.
Rabbit, bunny?
It's Peter.
It's Peter?
Peter Cottontail.
Peter the rabbit?
Yep.
Is that what he looked like?
I don't know.
It's Peter Cottontail.
I hope not. I hope not.
He had big
That's
ears
true.
though. He was bugs.
That's true.
Good old
That's
Peter
true.
Cottontail.
Well, you guys are correct. It is indeed a rabbit.
Hey,
Bunny. Why would you shave a bunny though?
That's terrifying.
You know, if you would do that though, do a mohawk or reverse mohawk. So
Yes.
you right down the middle.
I did find some really interesting ones. Of like most of these are because like for some kind of veterinary purposes.
Yeah.
But I did see some where you're like, this owner just hates his cat or something. Like they give him like spine, like big like spikes like a stegosaurus or whatever. All right, what's our next animal?
actually great.
Next animal. For what animal
Oh
is
my.
this?
Wow.
That's.
Oh, this is my favorite
It
one.
looks like a dingo's head, but like the body of a
something.
tardigrade.
Wow.
I don't even know.
The body of a what?
That's,
You know what a tardigrade is?
I don't know.
yeah.
It's like a little.
I'm going to go with cat.
I don't know.
You're gonna go with cat?
I'm going to go with cat.
Can you put that
Yeah,
image up again?
Put that back up one more time.
We
I need to-
we really need to soak this one in.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can't.
It looks like it needs to do some soaking in. Like that.
Barrett says these are terrifying.
Yes.
Can't unsee that. So let's see it again.
That's true.
Let's take a look.
So you're guessing a cat?
Yep, I'm going to go with cat.
What's your guess?
C-A-T.
It's too. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Michael. It looks like a fat hyena.
A fat hyena.
It does.
Okay,
It's my hyena
Barrett
laugh.
says these are the
Oh,
creatures
God.
of my nightmare.
Going with it, fat hyena.
Fat hyena. Is it a
Fat
fat
hyena.
hyena? What? Miss Marilyn, guess koala bear. It is a raccoon.
Oh, wow,
See
big
his
difference.
friend that's just there, you
Wow.
know, like this is my friend.
That's
Wow.
not okay.
That looked nothing like a raccoon.
That does not look like a
Wow.
raccoon.
No, it did not.
Yeah, like, okay, so I just need to be transparent for a moment. This segment came out of last night. I just thought, what would a raccoon look like shaved? And so I looked it up and I found that I'm like, we're making this a segment.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Okay.
guessed raccoon at all.
I
I
suppose
wouldn't
that
have
works.
either.
No.
But you can see the black eyes.
Yeah.
Bella says that's disturbing.
That is.
All right, let's put our next one up.
Disturbing.
What animal is this?
Scary one. Kangaroo.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going with. Kangaroo.
I'm going kangaroo as well.
You guys are going kangaroo?
It's got the face.
Yep. And its hind legs looked bigger and
It's like
stronger.
weird and
I'm gonna go
hunched.
kangaroo. I
We're
don't know.
going with kangaroo?
I am. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is such a fun segment, guys.
is
Are
so
you
great.
enjoying this as much as I am?
I want one of them to be a
All
bear.
right. Well, they guessed kangaroo. I know you guys are going to be putting your guess. Bear just put why.
That's not an
That's not an
animal.
animal.
That is not.
but, you know.
That is not.
Michaela said a demon. Actually, that is. Let's show them what it is.
Is it actually? Oh.
It's a-
It's a
Oh, it is a
bear.
bear.
That is a bear. That's what a bear looks like. Shit. Wait, bring it on us. Look at George's face. Look at George's face.
That's a bear?
Look at that face. That's apparently a bird. A bear. Barrett says God is so gracious to give us hair/fur, which I'm 100% for that.
Actually.
Deb said, ew, that is an ew.
That is a new.
No, that's a different animal.
You want to know a fun fact about bears?
Tell me.
The Latin word for bear is arctos. You think of anything else that starts with arct?
Noah's Ark?
That's all I can think of. Sorry.
The Arctic and the Antarctic circles.
Ah.
So they're literally named Bear Circle and not Bear Circle.
Interesting.
Fun facts. Fun facts with Willie.
Yep, I had to throw one in there somewhere,
Well,
so that
now
was
you
mine.
guys know what a bear would look like.
Oh.
I'm getting a lot of boos now. All right, we got one more for you guys. Let's put the last one up. What animal?
I don't even see the face.
It's on the left
Oh,
side.
that's disgusting.
It's waving to us.
No.
It's like, hi.
No, that's like a
How's it-
1980s horror thing.
It does.
It's like, hi, how's it going, guys?
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
No, it's not.
Well, see, now you guys understand why this is the first time we're doing it and the last time.
Let's end it on a great note.
This is a great note.
This is a,
All right, what do you guys think that was?
Demon.
yeah, that's, yeah.
Well, I will just say it is not a demon, so you'll have
Yes,
to give
it
another
was.
guess.
That's all I know. It had sharp, pointy toenails or hand nails or whatever those things were, right? And it looked horrible, so.
Bella guessed a sloth. That's a decent guess, yeah?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Bella's going to go with sloth.
You're going to go with sloth?
Yep. It wasn't moving real fast either, so.
Well, that's because that was a picture.
Oh, not a video.
What do you think?
One-eyed, one-eared, flying purple people eater.
Okay. Well, you know, that's not a real thing, but you
Yes,
know, that's
it
okay.
was, because there's
as well
a song
say.
about
It
it.
sure looks strange to me. All right, what was
See?
that animal?
What is it?
It was a wombat.
Wow.
Look how photogenic it is.
It's the same.
It's so confident in
Yeah.
itself.
It's
Photogenic.
Ugh.
Well, with that being said, guys,
was-
thank you for joining us for What Animal Is That?
What's up with that?
Sure.
I enjoyed this segment. I think you guys did.
Yes.
I hope you
That was
guys
fun.
did.
Yes, there's no normal animal on there.
Nope, not at all. All right, well, guys, now we're moving on to a time of confessions. This is going to be a fun transition, moving from this segment to a confessions. But,
Yep.
guys, we'll see you just in a second with confessions with Marky. We'll see you right there.
That was literally one of my favorite segments we've ever done. I don't know if you could hear me over to the side. Comment if you could hear me over to this. I was over to the side and I was like laughing the entire time. That was hilarious. Great job, buddy. I really enjoyed that one. And I wonder if we could find more of them, if there were more animals like that, because I would totally enjoy that. That was awesome. Well, now they're not similar segments, but they're similarly great. It's time for confessions. So today we are on confession number 4. You can put that up on the screen and we can get right into it. Confession number 4. Now say this with me. The power of it is really as you say it out loud. So don't just read it, don't just think it. We all need to actually say it with our mouths out loud. So let's all say it together. Every weapon formed against us is exposed, will not prosper, and is destroyed. Now you can like literally see the difference of like even me just saying that. There's such a difference from reading it and knowing it into speaking it, because you were created. We all were created as speaking spirits to speak the will of God into our lives and speak the will of God on the earth. So keep joining us every day for confessions as we speak God's will and God's purposes on this earth together. And it is making a difference. It is incredible. The word always works. And now it is time. We're moving on to Barat's top 10. It's going to be great. Get your typing, get your fingers ready to get typing, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome. So we'll see you in just a second.
Guys, happy almost Thanksgiving. How are you doing? It says 210. Oh, I shrunk, I grew. Guys, welcome to Top 10. Who is watching right now? I want to know if you're watching. I rushed up here, so my coffee is kind of all over the place, so it's a dangerous like Russian roulette game if I should drink it. But here's what we're going to be talking about today. Top 10 Thanksgiving foods, my top 10 Thanksgiving foods. And just to clarify, I'm not doing weird Thanksgiving foods. Nobody was very pro. Let's experiment on Thanksgiving. You guys are all traditionalists, and I'm fine with that. I've accepted it. So we are just going to be going over traditional Thanksgiving foods. Michelle says she's here. Hey, Michelle, I miss you. I haven't seen you in so long. Okay, guys, put in the comments right now, what is your number 1 Thanksgiving food? And here's the thing, these are all traditional foods, so we should be getting along, right? Like, our polarizing divisiveness was yesterday. We're gonna be in unity and love right now. Charlia says, Hannah and I are watching while driving to Walmart. Yay! Buddy says his favorite is mashed taters. Arabella says ham or chocolate pie. Arabella's my girl, chocolate pie. Yeah, she is. Michelle says that she misses me too. That's sweet. William says sweet potato casserole. Johnny says stuffing. Guys, I'm so excited. Let's just go ahead and hop in. Number 10, right out the gate. We're gonna do the most unpleasant one first. Number 10, turkey. I put it on the list. I put it on there, but I could care less about turkey. For me, Thanksgiving is not about the turkey. It's about all the other things that you put around the turkey. So it's on the list for those of you that are super pro turkey. I did it for you. I'm here to please you. William says, what in tarnation? Arabella says she agrees with me. That's exciting. Marilyn says ham or giblet gravy. What is a giblet? Marky says it's not going to be controversial. Can you start out like that? Wait, whoa, I threw something. Just right out the gate, I got that one over with. We're gonna keep going. George says the most unpleasant one is first, and then EO says that's upsetting. Deb says you have not had fried turkey. Becca says that she agrees with it. Charlia says that is unsettling. Look, so many opinions. I knew this is gonna be the one that was polarizing, but guys, I feel like we can plow forward with this. I feel this is the low part. It's only gonna get better from here. Are you ready? William says, I feel like you're teetering on commie status with that one. It's on the list, William. It's on there. I put it on. I didn't do I don't know. I don't know. It's on there. Next. Number 9, let's just plow forward. It's on the top 10. It almost wasn't, but it is. Okay, number 9, pumpkin pie's on there, but really, here's why it's on there. It's on there for Cool Whip. It's not on there for the pie. It's on there for the Cool Whip. Because the proper way to eat a pumpkin pie is covering the pumpkin pie with the amount of volume in Cool Whip that exists. Arabella says yes. William says, now that's something I can get behind. Johnny says it's your top 10, not ours. See, Johnny's always on my team. Marky says, I can agree with this. Pie with no Cool Whip is sad, valid. Deb says yes. Charlia says, this is Hannah, buddy, and yes, she sure is. Yeah, I'm good with conflict. I don't mind it. But I'm not looking to be in conflict. I'm looking to bring a different opinion. And really, Cool Whip, I almost put Cool Whip by itself on this list. It was almost just Cool Whip as number 9, for sure. George has put me in timeout. He's commenting, but he's not commenting to me. He's commenting in the comments to you guys, but he's no longer addressing me because of my putting turkey as number 10. Hopefully by the time we get on the word, he has chosen to forgive me. Otherwise, it's gonna be super awkward. Becca says, I love pumpkin pie, especially covered in Cool Whip. Yes, covered in Cool Whip is the best. Okay, number 8. Better than pumpkin pie is sweet potato pie. Sweet potato pie is so good. Now here's the thing. I have never had sweet potato pie until last Friday, and Amy Presley gave me some of her handmade pie, and oh my goodness, I was immediately converted. It's not to the same degree, but it was very similar to again, on a lower level, to when you find out how good Jesus is and you're just immediately converted. It was I have been doing pie wrong. And I converted my opinion to sweet potato. Marky's asking handmade pie. Yeah, because machines can make the other ones. I believe she made it with love and her hands. Arabella said that she hasn't had it. Deb is thumbs down. Michaela says she's never had it. Michaela, I think you would really like it. You and I are similar with some of this stuff. It's really good. Come visit. I will get a pie for you. Rachel is still laughing at the fact that I said handmade and not homemade. I'm just gonna make it a new thing. I'm gonna say handmade with everything. Charlia said sweet potato pie is so good. Yes. Yes, Deb, versus a machine-made pie. I don't think Walmart's peoples make their pie with love and kneading it. I think that they dump everything in a machine and it just gets processed out and it's like, here you go. So, that's how I believe it works. And so let's go into number 7. So those are the pies. I do need to let you know, I forgot to put chocolate pie on here because I thought I was alone in my chocolate pie liking of the Thanksgiving food. So I left chocolate pie off of the list, but now that I see how many of you like chocolate pie, pumpkin pie wouldn't have even made this list. Number 7. So that ends the desserts. Number 7, bum 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 ba-dum 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 bum, stuffing. Okay, so I am a recent convert with stuffing. I never really liked Thanksgiving foods to begin with, but let me tell you, Pastor Nicole's grandma, her Nana, makes The best stuffing ever. Also, I now live in the South. Are you guys people that call it stuffing, or are you viewers that call it dressing? Here in the South, lots of people call it dressing. And I'd never heard that before. So do you call it stuffing or dressing? George also really likes stuffing. Also, while we're on this topic, Marky and I just had this conversation the other day with someone. George really likes stuffing, but he is all for like some of the box stuffing. Like, it doesn't have to get all fancy. Like, you can just do the box stuffing and it's just as, I mean, it's not as good as Pastor Nicole's Nana's, but I'll still eat that. Buddy said he never liked stuffing until recently. William said, I've never really understood stuffing, but it's pretty good. Deb says, it really depends on how it's made. George says, how can you have stuffing without turkey on the same plate? I don't need to have the turkey. I just want to have the stuffing. That's all I want. I don't care about it. Michelle says, stuffing and dressing are two different things. How? Explain it to me. I genuinely don't know. Like, I know there's salad dressing, but what is the difference between stuffing and dressing in the Thanksgivingness? George is still not talking to me. George is really working on his forgiveness fruit of the Spirit. Charlia says dressing is amazing, especially homemade dressing. We're real Southern and we make homemade cornbread dressing. I've also heard that this is a thing. Julie was just talking to me about this, about how there's cornbread dressing and then there's other dressing. Super interesting. Arabella says, I don't want either. Buddy is looking up dictionaries. And stuff, and he's probably being on Team George, so I'm just gonna skip that. Michelle says stuffing is made on the stove top and dressing is made in the oven. In the oven? In the oven? In the oven. Okay, so that makes sense. So what I normally do is box stuffing, and dressing is like the legit stuff. Okay, I'm good with either. Number 6, or whatever one we're on at this point. Rolls. Guys, really, let's be real. Thanksgiving is all about some carbs. Like that. That's really what this meal is it's the day of carbs. And homemade like rolls are so good, because here's where I will have turkey. I don't just go and get turkey on its own. I will normally make myself a nice turkey mashed potato sandwich inside the roll. So that's normally how I'll eat it. William says rolls are heavenly, and thus I agree. I love William. Arabella says yes. Buddy says everyone gains some rolls after Thanksgiving dinner. It can be true for sure. It's like you wake up and it's like, whoa, that wasn't there before. Whoa, where'd that come from? Yeah, rolls are so good. George is protesting in the comments, and I'm going to address it. I've ignored it because he's my husband, but here's the thing. In all caps, he puts, rolls are more important than turkey for Thanksgiving dinner? Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark, question mark. Yes, they are. They are more important than turkey, in my opinion, for Thanksgiving dinner. Charlia says homemade rolls are the best. Agreed. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is mac and cheese. I have so acclimated to the South, guys. It's not just temperature. In the South, macaroni and cheese is a Thanksgiving staple, and I am here for it. Like, I am so here for that. William says, amen. Arabella says, yes. Buddy is not properly acclimated. He hasn't submitted himself to the soil that he's been planted in fully yet, but this year he will. He will have macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving and be converted. Serena is very excited about macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving, so will Buddy. It'll be great. I'd never seen it before until I got here, and I didn't know it was a thing, but I was so excited. And it's not like I like Kraft box macaroni and cheese, but Thanksgiving mac and cheese is the really, really good homemade, with breadcrumbs and stuff on top, where, it's so good. Deb says, essentially, it's a vegetable. Valid. 100%. Deb is my girl. Okay, number 4. I'm taking a long time, but I'm pretty excited about it. Cranberry sauce. But here's the thing, that cranberry sauce. I don't want any of your fancy schmancy mushed together cranberries, even though I know that's what it is. It needs to be the fake kind. It has to be the kind in the can, because if it doesn't have rings, how are you going to know what your portion should be? Like with the rings, you know how to cut it into nice little slivers. But it is a dangerous game that you play if you have a family that also serves beets. Separate them, otherwise it's going to be a really dangerous game that you play when you take a bite and it's like, oh, that was not right. Arabella says no. Marky is laughing and she says, America. Deb says it must have rings. Michelle says out of the can all the way. George says I only want canned cranberry sauce. He's laughing at me. He doesn't want to eat that, but that is me. Deb says it has to gloop out of the can. Yes. Absolutely. Michaela says, I'm in agreement with you about the cranberry sauce. I prefer the canned jelly over the real stuff. Yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, like in anticipation for Thanksgiving, I've been eating canned cranberry sauce. I bought a can just for myself, and so every so often I'm like, let's have a ring tonight, guys. Becca says, I am so shocked by this being your number 4, especially that you like the canned kind. Oh, it's so good. Okay, number 3, and here we go, George, get ready to be disappointed. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Honey baked ham. I would way rather this on Thanksgiving. I said this yesterday. I'm not ashamed. Honey baked ham on Thanksgiving is what I would prefer to have every year. In fact, nobody's going to back this, but I would for sure appreciate switching the national meat of Thanksgiving to ham. I would be okay with that. We could have it twice. Wow. So far, nobody is yelling. I'm sure it'll happen, but nobody's yelling. There's lots of yeses. Yes, Marky, ham for Christmas. I love honey baked ham. And then William says, you dare place swine above the glory of a of a what? Turkey? I don't even know what that word is. I don't even know what that word means. Yeah, no, okay, here's the thing. Buddy started this yesterday with the who would win in a fight. With ham, you get bacon, like it's delicious, honey baked ham. It's the best of both worlds of sweet and salty. So good. And I really thought you guys were gonna be unhappy with me, but there's been so much happiness other than from William. So next. Number 2, we're gonna end on a good note, guys. Number 2, green bean casserole. Green bean casserole, it's the best that you can do with vegetables on Thanksgiving Day. It is so good. Green bean casserole is delicious. It is Rachel's all-time favorite. Like for her birthday, she asked for a green bean casserole. Her birthday is not in November. It's just her favorite. It's so good. This is one of all of the leftover foods I am most excited, well, not most. I am like very highly excited to have leftover green bean casserole. It is delicious. Rachel says, yes, 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 yes. William says, this is acceptable. Deb says, I could do without it. In all caps, Rachel says, absolutely. Becca says, green bean casserole is one of my all-time faves. Johnny says, Chris Griffin makes a good green bean casserole. That is what I've heard. Arabella says, I've lived in the South all my life and I've never had it. What? Johnny, make this for Arabella tomorrow. Like, there's much protesting happening. Marky says, I didn't grow up with it whatsoever, but I like it. I didn't grow up with it either. I discovered it as an adult, and it's delicious. Rachel says, however, it should be number 1. It's okay. We'll understand when we get there. Deb says, why is it in the South that green beans are supposed to melt in your mouth? Green beans are supposed to squeak. It depends on the type of recipe that they're in. I agree, if they're just by themselves, they should squeak. But like in a casserole, it's good. Charlia says yes. Hannah says no. Buddy says, let's all pray for Bella. I'm excited. I believe tomorrow is going to be the day where Arabella has green bean casserole. Deb says, after 17 hours of cooking and fat back, they melt in your mouth like cotton candy, with lots of question marks. I've never had them melt in my mouth like cotton candy. Maybe you've done it too long? I don't know. Okay, number 1, here we go. The ultimate, Mr. Will's giving you shade. He goes, who's cooking it for 17 hours? Okay, number one, all the time, number 1. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes is really the reason that I can rejoice with this holiday. I am from Maine, which is not necessarily known as the Maine capital, but that's like the main crop that comes from the state of Maine, and potatoes all day long. Abby is gonna be making mashed potatoes this year for Thanksgiving. I'm super excited. Thanksgiving is not Thanksgiving if there is no mashed potatoes. Here's where it's gonna get controversial. Gravy's nasty, so there doesn't need to be gravy on the mashed potatoes. If mashed potatoes are good, they don't need gravy. They don't need anything else. William says, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. They're the most versatile vegetable and they're delicious in any form. Becca says mashed potatoes, yum. Deb says maybe cauliflower mashed faux potatoes. Deb, no, not on Thanksgiving. I get it. Look, here's the thing with Thanksgiving. I get it through the year if you're trying to be healthy. This is the day of carbohydrates. World, it's the day where you eat them. Go for the potatoes. Do this. Michelle says at our house it's homemade potato salad. I can't do that. Marilyn says, I can get behind the mashed potatoes. Buddy says, this year, I'm thankful for mashed potatoes. Arabella says, agreed. Rachel says she's hurt. Green bean casserole's number 2, EO. I put it up there. It's not number 1 because mashed potatoes are way better. I love you. William says, I do not have the authority to rebuke my mom, but I disagree strongly. He disagrees with faux potatoes. Yeah. William, if you need me to, I'm gonna look off camera for a second because William's in the room. If you need me to smuggle you some legit potatoes tomorrow, I'll do it. I'll just do a drive-by and throw them in a box at your house and I'll let you know, text you, the package is dropped and you'll get the potatoes. I will make sure William has it. Those are my top 10. Did you agree, other than George? George really is gonna have to work on his, forgiveness and love for me because we're married. But did you agree with this list? What other list do you want to see? We're going into holiday season, guys. We're talking top 10 Christmas movies, top 10 Christmas songs. It's going to be so good. Let me know what top 10 Christmassy things you would like to see throughout this next month, and we're going to move into What's the Word. Thank you for joining this Thanksgiving journey with me. We love you. We're going to hop in right now. Do you need a good laugh? Stick around.
Hi.
Hi.
You see the smile? George chose to put it on right there.
I did.
He's choosing to let it go.
Choosing joy.
He's putting on joy.
He is.
I am putting on joy.
George, okay, here's the thing, guys. George has been so sassy this morning.
Says the one that doesn't put turkey on the Thanksgiving top 10.
Really, it started last night. We're staying behind and doing stuff, and it's the sassiness within George just erupted like a volcano. So you're likely going to see it today because that's the face. That's the face you make. That's the tone you do.
This is surprise.
My word. Who's watching right now? It's going to be a little bit of a different, what's the word, probably. I don't know. But I want to know who's watching. Rachel is putting unhappy faces, probably still from the segment before. Mm-hmm. I put turkey on the list specifically for you two because I know how you both feel about turkey, and I'm like, if I don't put turkey on, I'm going to hear it from Buddy in the moment, and then I'm going to hear about it from George at home.
You see, it's about the presentation.
I put a good picture of the turkey on.
No. I'm talking about your presentation. Yep. I only put this on here.
Yep. Let's get the unpleasantries out of the way.
Not that I was unpleasant about the turkey, but because I knew that you, and probably you, would have some pushback of it being number 10.
I hear some brownies for you. I drop it in the mud, though. Hope you still like it.
The thought is good. I'd appreciate the thought. I wouldn't eat the turkey, or I wouldn't eat the brownie, but I'd appreciate it.
More turkey for me tomorrow.
That's fine. You can have
That's
all
how
the
I
turkey.
look at it.
Arabella says, "Hi, George." William says, "I feel like you already know, but I'm watching." Yes,
how did-
William.
You know, it says hi, Barrett.
Oh, yeah, we're the same. It's the same. It's cool. Arabella says, "Hi, Barrett."
Thank you, EO, for understanding.
EO says, "I understand, George." Deb is laughing at us.
I don't know why.
It's my top 10 list. You make a top 10
You can be wrong
list.
all you want.
I'm not wrong. I just have a different opinion.
Wow, this is getting...
It's a different opinion.
Well, anyway, guys, welcome to What's the Word. We have a great topic.
Today.
I feel like we just lost 12 people right there. They're like, "But he glitched. Goodbye."
We have a great topic for you guys today.
Arabella says, "You're already bringing joy."
Amen.
Rachel
Yay.
says, "Our opinion is that you are wrong." And that's fine. Be entitled to your opinion. No issue. That's fine. Johnny says, "I'm done driving." Deb says, "Healthy conflict in action." See, I'm just helping people grow today, y'all.
You're doing such a great job.
William says, "Good takeover, buddy.
You
Resolve
are
the
doing
marital
such a great
dispute."
job.
Yeah, we are. So, guys, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. What are
Amen.
you guys doing for your Thanksgivings? Are
Spending
you
it with my
going?
lovely wife.
Are you going somewhere for your Thanksgiving? Are you having people over to your house? What are you doing? We wanted to, like, we put in the title, Marilyn says, "This is good," with lots of crying, laughing. We put in the title, "Do you need a good laugh?" And we're going to get to that in a little bit. But what are you doing for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Arabella says, "Eating Thanksgiving food on Friday." That's true. Arabella's uncle is going to be in town Friday, so they're doing Thanksgiving
Nice.
a day later. So it's their
Nice.
own
That's cool.
personal national holiday.
That's
It's like,
cool.
yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes turkeys are even better left over. I enjoy that.
Our first, so here's our very first Thanksgiving that we
forgot
ever
about
had
I did. I forgot about that.
was when we were dating, and
Yeah.
I had driven to Fayetteville like 2 hours to go see George. Yeah, I drove to Fayetteville, and I got there, and somehow in the car I threw my back out. And so I got to his house, and like I couldn't stand up, so I basically just capsized on the ground, and we had to then drive to a friend of his, and he's like, "Well, we can't go, like if you're like this." And so George, very, very much like a chivalrous person, he's like, "We'll just have Thanksgiving here." On Thanksgiving Day at like 10 in the morning. So we go to the grocery store, and I can't really walk, so I'm limping like through the store. It was so sad.
Yeah, we had one of those rotisserie chickens, and we had the mashed potatoes, the 4-cheese mashed potatoes,
The
which I
instant
agree.
mashed potatoes.
Yes, but I agree they would be horrible with gravy. I will absolutely give you that.
Instant mashed potatoes? What are those made of?
It's on instant.
Potato flakes,
Oh.
like dehydrated potatoes.
Yeah, it's like a dehydrated
Dehydrated.
fruit. You just add water.
But so I couldn't do anything, and George
Yep.
has not, like, he's not a cooker. So it was a really good one.
Yeah,
But
it was.
It was also our
That's
very
awesome.
first fight that we ever had in the grocery store, because I'm like, "I can't walk as fast as you," and he goes, "We got to get in and get out quick. Like, we're on a
You
mission.
should have
Like,
just
we
sat.
can't
You
walk."
should have just sat in the cart.
I loved him so
I'm just picturing George pushing Barrett around. She's just sitting there in the cart.
That's funny.
I think that would have been great.
That would have been so good.
As George is pretending to be blind, crashing into stuff. Barrett, lead me. Left. I feel like
Now I
that's going to
wanna do
happen at some
this.
That
point.
would be
For
funny.
sure.
That would be funny.
Serena says, "What a great story." William says,
wasn't at the
"Astro
time,
potatoes."
though.
It was not. Arabella says, "That's true." Michaela is laughing. Yeah, it was special. I was basically incapacitated, and George had to.
Well, I had to balance it because you were feeling bad. You were feeling bad and also feeling bad about feeling bad.
And that's what it was. Like, I felt awful, and I'm like, "I've ruined Thanksgiving. I'm so
Oh, that's
sorry.
right.
We're
I
meeting
had
all of
forgotten
your
that.
friends. I'm so sorry." And George and I were not at the point like that we are now. So George is like, "No, it's okay. I've got it covered. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine."
Yep.
I'm like, "But I could tell." Like, it was.
Yep. No, that was
Happy
that
Thanksgiving.
was Thanksgiving to remember, wasn't it? Yeah, because she drove her 2 hours and she was on the ground just trying to stretch out her back. I was like, well, I guess we're not going to go drive an hour tomorrow.
No, it was that day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was so special.
Yes.
So special.
That was very joyful
yes.
Thanksgiving.
No, I was just going to say, for those of you who don't know, when I was talking about George pretending to be blind, can you share that story?
I think Barrett shares it better. Okay,
I
so
don't
there
know
we
if
were.
This is appropriate to share on air, but now here we go.
It's happening.
You could probably share the first part better.
So, okay, before we get into it, here's the title for today is Do You Need a Good Laugh? And here's the thing. I know tomorrow, Thanksgiving, some people love Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And some people are not stoked about Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving has the potential to be wonderful, or it has the potential to be conflict palooza. And so you've got the ditches. And the word tells us that joy is what strengthens us, and that a merry heart does good like a medicine. So today we just wanted to hang out and pump you full of laughter and joy so that tomorrow you're ready for whatever. Pump you up.
Hans and Franz.
I was there. Okay, so the story that apparently I'm sharing with you is there are two evangelists that we know. You may be able to guess them if you know us, but there are two evangelists that we know. I'm friends with one of them, and he shared a story of
And you're enemies with the other?
I just don't know the other one as well.
Okay.
And so he shared this story with me of he and his cousin going to a 4D movie theater, and one of the cousins pretended to be blind, and the other cousin decided
A
that
4D movie theater.
and the other cousin needed to describe to him what was happening. So they're in the theater, and it's like, what is happening? Why am I getting wet right now?
Yep.
What's that sound? What does this
Why
look
is my
like?
chair moving? I don't understand.
So
horrible.
the story was shared to myself and George took this to heart.
We both did.
We both did. And George
We
was like,
both.
we're going to do this someday. But
did.
it was a we thing. And George turned it.
It was supposed to be a wheat.
It was
was a we
supposed to be
thing.
together.
It was together. You just didn't know we were doing it.
Take it over, babe. Go
So
for
we
it.
were in the zoo.
By the way,
In
this
the
is my
zoo.
husband. This is important. We probably should have stated this. Anyway.
So we were in the zoo, and there was a 4D theater there, and we decided to walk in. And at that point, I was like, Barrett's already on board for this. I don't have to grease any skids. So I dropped my sunglasses down, and I pretended not to be able to see during the whole thing again. And
Without foreknowledge, here's the thing. If you're going to perform an antic, you've got
antic.
to have a partner who's aware. Otherwise, it's not a partnership. It's just you put your partner in the line of fire. The end.
ready, in season and out. So it was fun.
Biblical.
We were in. It was fun for me. So we were in the theater, and I just started asking all those regular questions you're supposed to ask. Why is water hitting me? I don't understand. Why is this happening? And Barrett didn't really like that much.
Because we weren't alone. There was a group of tourists who were also foreigners sitting behind us. And they don't know what's happening. And George did this on the sly. It's not like he did this so I could see it happening. He waited until the lights went down. And when the lights went down, that's when the sunglasses went down. Before the lights went down, it was George. When the lights went down, he turned into Ray Charles. And all of a sudden, he's just, what's happening? What's going on, Barrett? And I'm like, George, shut up. Like, what are you doing? And then he keeps it going. And the group of people behind us are just trying to figure out what's happening. I don't know what's happening. And I'm like, stop talking. Like, stop it. And so I told him I was going to leave. I'm like, if you don't stop, I'm going to leave you in the movie theater.
And
So I kept going.
And I did. And so as I get up to leave, he goes, Barrett, where are you going?
Why are you leaving me?
How
I
am
don't
I supposed to
understand.
find my way out? And I just left. I just booked it.
Scooted.
I was like, I don't care. I'll leave the man behind. I wasn't trained in the Army. That's fine. See you, George.
I wasn't trained.
So he committed the whole time
Yep.
and felt his way out of the room.
did.
And then the rest of the time we were in the zoo, anytime we saw those people, he pretended to be blind.
I had
Every
to stay in
single
character.
time.
It's method acting.
It's method acting.
It's
Anyway.
all the great people that win Oscars do it.
That's what you were gunning for. Okay. Let me know when you had your first Academy Award. List this in the acceptance speech.
When did we do it, though?
Thank you for supporting me in my early years of method acting.
Do you remember what year we did it?
Like 2016?
Yeah, so it's been like almost,
2015?
5 years, and we're still talking about it and having lots of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay,
brings
that's
lots of
why you
joy.
were
it was
doing
worth it. It was worth it. Okay,
It's great.
Maribel says,
So-
poor Barrett. And Deb says, I've experienced blind George too. I love that's how you're known.
So,
Sir.
you were talking about your first Thanksgiving, and it sounded very sweet and kind and wonderful. So
Painful. It's cool.
the first Thanksgiving that I knew Serena,
Awesome.
this is when I was trying to
Impress her.
woo her. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I spent my Thanksgiving with my family. We weren't dating yet. I think I told her I liked her at this point. Serena,
so?
you're gonna have to remind me. And that this might be when she friend zoned me. I don't remember. When I told her I liked her, she said we'll be friends. But I got out of the friend zone, so I
origin
succeeded.
You still win.
of their romantic relationship is so fun to listen
Yes,
to.
but this is the origin of how her family got to know me.
Oh.
Okay.
It was like a couple days after Thanksgiving. I think my sister and my twin sister and my mom were out shopping. My dad was sleeping because he works at night. And I was washing my hands. And I think I was just outside because I was cold. And I was washing my hands and the warm water felt really nice. But I was like, I really just want to soak my hands in the warm water. But our sink didn't have a drain plug in it. So I thought, that's about the size of my big toe. So
What did you do?
I put my foot up there, plopped my big toe in the sink drain
To wash your hands?
to wash my hands, yeah. Just so that the water would fill up and I can just rest my hands in the nice warm water.
Yep.
Why couldn't you just put it underneath the faucet?
Well, I could, but I just wanted my hands to soak. I thought that would be more relaxing. Here's what I didn't understand is when your appendages are placed under warm water, they kind of relax and swell a little bit. So my big toe in the drain, it swelled up and got stuck inside the drain. And my dad's sleeping. Oh, Serena says, actually, we have the picture. I gave it to them.
Nice.
You can put the picture up for a second.
Nice.
So here's the thing. I had to wait. I was stuck there for like 20 minutes because my dad was sleeping, and see, I wasn't as spiritually mature as I am now. So pride told me, I can't wake my dad up and tell him he'll think I'm an idiot.
Okay.
So, and so
Serena's there?
no, Serena wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
My twin sister came home after like 20 minutes of shopping. They came home and I was stuck in there and they had to help me get out. And but before she took me out, she took pictures.
100%.
Yeah, she took pictures and posted on social media. And that's when Serena took the pictures and showed it to her family. This is a guy I know. And so that was their first introduction. So I think a month and a half later, whenever she was telling them there's a guy that I think I like, that was the only reference. It's the guy who got his toe stuck in a sink drain.
Nice.
That is so excellent. Why wouldn't you just use a washcloth to plug
There were no
wash-
They were in the other bathroom. There was no washcloths in that bathroom.
And you couldn't get the washcloths?
I didn't think about it. I
But
just
you
thought this will
about
be
shoving
quick.
your toe in there?
I just thought this is going to be a quick and painless thing. I'll just plop my toe in there and then wash my hands.
Is this something you would think about doing?
I don't know. I've never been in that position.
I've never been in that
Is this
position.
a guy thing? Or
No, I think it's just something that happened.
It's probably in the moment kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a momentary thing.
So how'd you get your toe unstuck?
I think, my mom decided I'll run cold water
Yeah.
to make it,
You had to contract
less
and everything.
swelly. And then she put some soap around my toe, and then eventually it came out.
William says you make do with what you have.
Yes.
It's true.
Johnny says no,
It's not a guy thing.
What a great comment.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks.
I wish in that moment, as you're telling the story, I had thought to look at Mr. Will. Like, I wish I had thought to look at Will's face
Just
through
to see
that
his
thing.
reaction.
Oh
It's
my
probably
gosh.
just a.
Joni is laughing. Joni, when did you get that picture as well? Like on Thanksgiving, did you see the picture of
Probably.
toe stuck Buddy? And is that how you knew of who Buddy was? That's so
Probably.
funny. Miss Randy.
She said, I think I must have been in denial that Serena had a potential suitor.
Not the toe stuck one.
There's no way it's that one.
That is so funny.
Yeah, so
Oh my
I was stuck there for about 20 minutes.
Did you get sore because you were stuck in an awkward position for so long?
No, I was flexible, I guess.
Okay.
So, but I mean, you could see at that point, I was tired. I was like, I just want to get my foot out of here.
Can't believe this has happened.
That is super funny. Well, Joni says, I did not. I got the Adam and Eve story of Buddy.
Oh,
What?
So the way I broke the ice with Serena, because I didn't know how to open up a conversation with her.
The first time?
So this is like
At
the
the
first
gym?
time you've seen
No. This was after that. We had that first conversation, but after that, I'm like, I need to keep this relationship moving on. So to break the ice, I asked her on Facebook Messenger, hey, random question. Do you think Adam and Eve had navels?
This is just out of the blue.
What?
No.
Yeah. That's how I
Good for you
decided.
for doing it. That's
That's
good for you for
Serena
doing
says
it.
Buddy was so smooth.
Good for you for
Do
doing
you
it.
think Adam and Eve had belly buttons? And it sparked a conversation.
Is that your pickup line?
I don't know.
It worked.
It worked. I'm married to her now.
Yes. That's all that matters.
It started a conversation that lasted several days.
You take what's in
Wow.
your hand, and the Lord will make up
The Lord
difference.
blessed it.
You just kept it going for several days?
The conversation, not the conversation about that one topic.
All right. Okay. That's because that's where I was at. I was like, oh, wow.
Bella says, what even is that? It's a belly button. A navel is a belly button. Because you got to think about it. Since they didn't have an umbilical cord, did they have belly buttons? And our conversation at that point, I think she said they did. I think I was, arguing that they didn't. At this point, I think she agrees that they probably didn't. But, it started a conversation, and now we're married. So
All that matters.
Joni said,
So-
well, it worked because we talked about him a lot. Dear Joni, some guy texted me about belly buttons today. Like,
Johnny says I have a new appreciation for Serena.
Arabella says that is the weirdest pickup line ever.
It is.
And then Becca says that's one of the funniest thing I've ever heard. Oh my goodness.
So
See, I think it's funny, but I don't knock like Christian-y, like pickup line type things because it's how I got George. We were dating at the point when he was gone, but when he used to leave every few months for 2 months. So when he was gone for 2 months, I wrote him a note card for each day he was gone, and on it were just Christian pickup lines like, hello, my name is Will. God's will. They're so bad. And
They're so
it's how I
cheesy.
hooked George. William says, I don't even know how to react to that one.
see, I wouldn't call it a pickup line.
But were you doing it to pick her up?
Yeah.
Serena, I love you. Oh, that's so funny. I really want to know what her text exchange with Joni was.
Oh, after that?
Yeah, that's the
curious.
part I'm the most curious about is how did she then present it to Joni? And
I have no idea.
here's this guy I like. We've been talking about belly buttons for days now. And Johnny says, I asked if anyone needed a ride at school and Holly needed one. That is how they got
Nice.
together.
Nice.
It's all cute. George thought when he met me, he didn't know who I was. And he thought he didn't know if I was Pastor Brian's wife or Pastor
true.
Brian's daughter or what was happening. It was a very confusing day for George.
It was. Everybody else knew. I was trying to figure out. I didn't have the game card. I didn't know what was going on.
You didn't have the game card?
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't. I was like, I don't know who's who in the zoo.
Especially like it makes things fun in Christian circles whenever like you have like the purity ring too.
Which I did.
Which
You
very
did?
good.
That's
very
great.
William says, when that far off day comes, you better know I'm going to try the Old Naval line. William, if you don't, I'm going to be super disappointed. No, when George and I met, George came to church, and we were in our old building, and at that point, Pastor Nicole was on. Like, she was in charge of media, so she was back in the sound booth with the computers and stuff like that. And I sat on the front, like I sat with the family, kind of like Marky does now. But the family was myself at that point, because Abby was serving somewhere. Io was like with the little kids because she was itsy bitsy, and then Luke was a baby. So when George came, he got seated in that row, and I'm wearing a ring, and George was like, well, is this Pastor Nicole? Like, I've never met Pastor Brian's wife. And then he saw him like kiss Pastor Nicole, and he goes, either this is a super weird church or that's not the wife.
Yep, it's very
and
true.
I was not.
No, you were not.
No, I wasn't.
Which is good.
Yeah, it worked out for my benefit.
But then he couldn't figure out if I was the daughter. And then Pastor Brian and I had just had a conversation about like not dating and just being patient or whatever. And so let's talk about how fun it was with the fact that George and Pastor were friends. And so on the heels of, no, Barrett, it's not time for you to concentrate on guys, to, I like Pastor's friend. This is cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good. No, I mean, what happened? What happened was that I had, and the Holy Spirit will talk to you, and a lot of times these big moments in your lives are not burning bush. It's small nudgings. Hey, are you sure you want to do that? And for me,
Is that what Holy Spirit said when you saw me? Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to go there?
no, it was. Well, I was about to commit to a church in Fayetteville, where I lived, now an hour and a half away, and I was about to do that Sunday, and the Holy Spirit reminded me that Pastor Brian had given me his number and said, hey, if you're ever in Charlotte, come to our church. And I had told him I would, and I didn't want to not keep my word, and I wanted to do that before I, went to the church in Fayetteville. And so I said, okay. So I texted Pastor Brian. Pastor Brian said, yeah, come on up on Sunday. And this was a Saturday night. So I said, okay. So Sunday morning comes, and I get seated in the front row because that's where you were apparently. And so I sat down and I looked at her and she had a ring on. I was like, okay, it's the very front row. Pastor's up there. It makes sense. It's Pastor's wife. And it didn't make any sense. At the end of service, when Pastor Brian kissed Pastor Nicole, I was like, wait a minute. So then we went out to dinner.
Not the two of us. Like, it wasn't like, oh, you're not married. Let's go to dinner now.
We went out to lunch. After everybody as a group went out to lunch. And
you were a creepy creepster listening in on my conversation with Pastor Nicole in
I was
bed.
not a creepy creepster. Don't ever call me that. Thanks, love you.
Thanks,
You
love
were
you.
being sweet, but you were trying to like figure out ways to talk. So you decided across the table, I'm gonna listen in, and then from afar across the table.
It works.
Are you talking about running?
Yes.
I can give you running
Yeah,
tips.
well, I was.
Is that what you said?
It was a balance because I was with the guys, and there was some former Army guys there, and so I was playing the balance. But there was Barrett talking about running. I was like, I have an interest in running, and so it was a balance. So I kind of had to shout a little bit because she was a little far away. And so then I go up. Well, the fun part was I went up to pay my meal, and it was already paid for. Because the sly one over here decided to pay for mine and a couple others. So.
To make
Deb says, I was there.
You were there.
I paid for George's. I wanted to pay for George's because I wanted to pay for George's, but then I didn't want it to look like I just singled out George. So I'm like, I'll pay for all the visitors that are here today. No one will know.
That's great.
Yep. So we go back to Pastor's house, or I get invited back to Pastor's house.
And at that point, I was basically every Sunday after church, I would just go. William says from afar, hey, do you have any running tips?
Yeah, we'll talk later. I got lots of them. You're good.
Well, at that point, I would go to Pastor's house all the time, but definitely every single Sunday. So George got invited back, and I just went home to my apartment,
Which is like a minute away.
and changed, and then got to Pastor's house.
And so by the time I got there, she was already there and changed and, like a t-shirt and jeans around. I was like, Okay, maybe she lives there? Is their pastor's daughter?
She's just
Still
a ward
confusing.
of the state the pastor's taken in? Is she a Marquis? Like, who is she?
So I was a little confused, but we were in the living room, and I don't remember at all what we talked about.
We talked about Tom Sawyer, and you got very aggressive about some apple or something. I don't
Me?
even remember.
About
You
an
were-
apple?
Like, it was super sassy.
Me?
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Johnny says, I'm so glad mine was not so awkward. It didn't feel awkward. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't feel
No, you had a
awkward.
ring on. It's cool. It wasn't awkward for you.
It wasn't awkward for me. It felt
I had
awkward
to
for
feel
you.
it out. I was like, so is she married? What is she, engaged? Is it just a purity thing?
Rachel says, as a child, it was super weird.
It worked out, though.
It worked out.
We got married.
Yeah, we did.
George left for the day, and again, but we were trying to be sly, but not overt because he's pastor's friend. He doesn't even, at that point when he first got there, he didn't even know if I was related or what. So it's like, I'm not gonna hit on pastor's daughter, like,
Yeah.
But so he left, and then we just sparred the whole day back and forth. And when he left, he texted Pastor, I'm gonna come back in a couple weeks we had a special event going. And he texted Pastor, and tell Barat to bring her A game next
That
time.
wasn't sly. That was very overt. And I smiled while I typed it. I remember that going, hey, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Getting each other's numbers was even more of a story. Like that, that's just the beginning of it, guys.
I'm just thinking, like, I think when Serena and I were dating, I gave her so many red flags. There were so many red
I love
flags.
that we're just choosing to expose how we met our
Thank you, William.
spouses in the
Right?
sake of joy for other people.
Well, Johnny said, I have a newfound appreciation for Serena. This will probably grow that. Because, so whenever we were dating, I wasn't the most responsible with money. Thank the Lord for, maturity. But there was one night, I just woke up in the middle of the night, and I just started putting on my clothes. My roommate's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to go to Walmart and buy an iPad. And then I walk out, get in my car. I go buy an iPad. Joni says, instead of flowers, red flags. Here's a red flag for you. I go and buy an iPad.
I was just imagining you had a comatose state, like, it's iPad day.
Yep. And so I buy an iPad, and I come back, and, several days go on. And then we have open dorms at college. Serena's over, we're just hanging out. And my twin sister shows up, and she's like, buddy, I'm so sorry, but Dad tells me I have to cut up your credit card.
Right in front of her?
Yeah. And I'm like, I know. And then I hand it to her. And she just cuts it up and leaves. And Serena's there this whole time. And I'm just like...
William, normal people wake up and get water. Buddy wakes up in a cold sweat
And
thinking
so,
about Tim Cook's latest invention.
And so, Serena witnessed that, and she still married me. So,
Yes.
I'm just thankful for grace and mercy
And greater grace.
and greater grace. Yeah.
Nice.
Serena, I'm really...
So sorry.
I know we've talked about this, but what were your
Your mother-in-law says, I remember hearing of some of those red flags.
God answers prayer. Bella says
Yours or Buddy's?
probably her prayer. She's probably like, Lord, you got to do a work in this guy.
Oh my gosh, that's
My daughter's
so funny.
Bella said, what time was it? I have no idea. I just
Oh my gosh.
sometime, probably like midnight, 1 o'clock. Serena said, I had some concerns. I love you so much.
Oh.
But I got
funny.
better. I got better.
You did.
Oh, that's so funny. See, so when George came back after that, Robert says, you rebel. See, after a couple weeks, when George came back to the church, he he came, it was like a special service. We had a special speaker in, and he came for the 3 days. So day number 1, it was the Sunday. Same sort of situation happened. We went out to lunch again. We hung out with pastors, and we came back. And I think at that point, George asked, he's like, do you want to ride with me to the church to conserve
just like
gas?
that. I was like, yeah.
Hey,
Sure,
that's me.
dude.
I can't talk like you. I cannot become Darth Vader.
You
as
just
I
become a
speak.
surfer, dude.
Just go to surfer, dude. It's fine.
So anyway, that was Sunday. He came back Monday, and on Monday, like I said, he used to leave for a few months at a time and then come back. And he came up to me and goes, so I'm going to be gone for a little bit, and I really think it would be good if we could keep in touch. So I was wondering if I could have your number. And I was like, cool, yeah, sure. And so I put my number in his phone. I did it really quick. It was right before service, so I gave it to him. I was also handling the product table and doing different things, and I was just super excited. And I go and I sit down for the service. I look and I have a missed call from Texas, and there's a voicemail. George's family lives in Texas, so I'm like, oh, he has a Texas phone number. He left a voicemail. It's so sweet. This is so sweet. And then after the service, we were going out to eat with a guest speaker, and George couldn't stay that night, so he had to leave as soon as service was done. And I was like, okay, because in my head, I'm like, I have his number. He left me a voicemail. So good. We'll chat later. And I look at on the way to the restaurant, I pull out my phone. I go to listen to the voicemail, expecting George's voice. And instead it was, hello, partner. This is Brother Kenneth Copeland. We're having a meeting in your city coming soon. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not right. I was so mad to hear the man of God's voice because I was expecting George. So I waited for George to text. I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, he just hasn't used it yet. So I wait. I pull up my phone. I checked my phone so much that night. Nothing. I wake up the next morning. Still nothing. It gets to be halfway through the day, and there's I was not as mature in the Holy Spirit at that point, and there's full-on panic attack happening because I'm like, I gave him the wrong number. I knew what happened. I knew that it was not an issue of George liking me. William says Barat got Copelanded. I did. So I look,
Thank
and
you,
I'm literally I gave it to him wrong. And in my head, I'm like, he's not going to come back. He's not going to come back to his service that night. And you didn't know if you were going to, did you?
No, I didn't. I was working late. I didn't know if I'd be able to because I had a lot of stuff that I had to finish up those next 2 nights.
Well, you also thought I gave you the wrong number, so you didn't want it.
Yeah, there's 2 courses of action there because I was going through my head. I was like, all right. So I called her on the way home, and I went to a voicemail. It was one of those voicemails that says, you have reached 910, whatever. And so, okay, that's normal. And so I left a message. I don't even remember what I said. So somebody got on the other end and was like, oh, okay, whoever this guy is. And I never get anything called back, that 2-hour drive that I had back. I was like, okay, well, whatever. She's maybe out to dinner with the guest speakers and all that stuff. And so the next day while I was at work, I started 2 courses of action went through my head. Either she did it on purpose or she did it by accident. And I gave her my phone so that way it would not be on me at all. I could not mess up getting the number or anything like that. And so I figured if she did it on purpose, then she's sending me a, hey, this is your sign, I'm not interested. And 2, if she did it on accident, then how do I bring it up without embarrassing her? Either way, it's an embarrassment. The first one, if I bring it up and you did it on purpose, then it's an embarrassment on me going, hey, you gave me the wrong number. Then she's going like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, oh. or 2, if you did it on accident, then how do I bring it up and it'd still be okay for you?
Well, so here's what's coursing through my brain. George's pastor's friend. The only way I'm getting George's phone number is if I hijack pastor's phone. So I've got to break into pastor's phone. I've got to learn his password. I'm never asking Pastor Brian or Pastor Cole for George's phone number because that's super awkward because they're buddies. And I don't want to be like, hey, pastor, can you be our go-between and help us date? Thanks so much. That'd be great. So I'm literally planning these courses of action of I need to get the phone number somehow. How can I do it slyly? And instead, George showed up to church that night and I basically rushed him out at the door. I'm like, give me your phone right now.
Yep.
And there was no embarrassment. That wasn't embarrassing for me. But anyway, we got married.
Anyway,
Yeah, because at that point I was like, I could do A or B. How do I do this? And I was like, you know what, Lord, I just give it to you. And I'll, we'll figure it out when I get there. And walked in the door. The Lord was already moving on you to do what you needed to do. And if I hadn't arrested, I could have been going, oh man, and so tense today, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
And you rushed in there and gave me the right number, and then we talked for hours and 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 hours.
It's true.
And hours. And hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
It's true.
I don't know why I got so happy about that. Hours.
Well, so the entire purpose of us sharing like our life history, apparently, was we genuinely want you to go into tomorrow with laughter. So hopefully you laughed at us. It's fine if it wasn't with us and it was at us.
You can
That's
laugh
fine.
at us all you want.
But also, like, you can take this stuff as hope. Like, a lot of these are things that were embarrassing in the moment, and the Lord has been able to turn them into stuff that we laugh at now.
Yeah.
So no matter what tomorrow looks like the best, or maybe there are opportunities within it, there's going to be opportunity for you to still laugh. So go into tomorrow with so much joy and expect Him to show up and be merciful and let the grace of God flow through you into that situation. Just purpose yourself to be in joy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking, well, first off, Bella said, who gets up at midnight and goes and buys an iPad? Who sticks their big toe in a sink drain?
That's where I was.
Same person. And it's okay.
So,
I went into the story of you sticking yourself in a suitcase in the middle of the aisle. That's where I was.
Okay, so I guess now I have to share this. But, but before I get into that, just kind of knocking off of what you were saying, or taking whatever.
Going
off, adding on. Yeah, whatever.
Sure.
Like yesterday, Serena got a flat tire on her way home from work.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing, like she called and she's like, hey, so I think I have a flat tire. I'm going to pull over real quick. And she's like, yep, that's flat. And, and then I'm like, okay, well, like her work's like 20 minutes away, but I'm like, that's fine. I'll come and get you. And then we talked the whole way, my whole trip there. And she was fine. She was just happy. We were just laughing and like having a good old time. She's like, it's weird. Like, I'm not upset or worried about any of this. Like, it's going to be fine. Went there, it was like flat, like off the rim flat, And so changed the tire real quick, and then we got here for impact. And, like, we weren't worried about anything, like that could have been an opportunity. We have impact, but we just, we chose joy. And this morning I took the car to get the tire fixed and stuff, and it took longer than I expected. It took about like an hour. But I'm sitting there in like the waiting room talking to these two people, and then my tire was done, and I just felt leading of the Holy Spirit to pray for them. So I went in there and I asked if I could pray for them. Prayed for them, led them to the Lord right there, and I put on the Voxer line. Thank God that Serena lost a tire, or got a flat tire, Like, it's always an opportunity for God to do something great. So like, have joy no matter what's going on, because because really, when you put joy to it, that means something good is going to come out of this. And so, we can rejoice for that. But sorry.
No. Like, as you're talking, what that reminds me of, maybe you're the one who's preparing Thanksgiving dinner, and it's not necessarily even the anticipation of, I don't want to be with all this family, but it's, you have like an expectation of things going perfectly, and you want it to look perfect. I remember the best date that George, in my opinion, that George and I have ever been on was when we were dating, and George decided he wanted to take me to the Outer Banks here in North Carolina to go see wild horses, because I still to this day have never seen wild horses, and I really wanted to. And he's like, did you know that there's a place in North Carolina that has them?
There is.
No.
There is indeed.
And so I took the day off of work, and I went down super early in the morning to Fayetteville. We were going to drive there, see them, and drive back. Like, it was like a 4-hour drive to go down. So we get in the car or in the truck, and we're going and we're talking. Like, it's so much fun. We're driving for like I don't know, 2 hours. There's no restaurants around, and it's like lunchtime, and we both get hungry. So George is like, the next place we stop, we're gonna have food. And the only place we saw between that and like the next hour was this really sketchy looking, scary place that served frog legs and gizzards and stuff.
That
Did.
sounds
It did.
awesome.
And like the tables were vinyl.
I was good with that.
But like, so we saw it. So that was like lunch. And so we keep trucking along, and George looks at me and goes, I don't remember this needing to take 6 hours. I really thought it was 4.
Yeah.
So we go, and as we're arriving, like within 20 minutes, George is like, oh no.
Yep.
Because instead of putting the Outer Banks in,
Yeah, it was a curry tuck. Instead of curry tuck, I put the other C1 or vice versa. And I didn't double check it because I'm thinking, no, this is what I remembered, so it needs to be right. And I had unction, a little check right there from the Holy Spirit, and he's like, you want to check that out? And I was like, no.
So we go, and instead of it being the island, it takes us to this lighthouse. But it's like the tiniest lighthouse I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. It's like as tall as a tree. I'm so disappointed. Still am.
And that was my first meeting with Grumpy George. So the whole time he's like, no, why go to a lighthouse that you can actually see something? I love going to like little tiny lighthouses. It's fine. But like that the whole time. And genuinely, that's my favorite date that we ever had. Like, I laughed so much through that whole date. I discovered within the last few months that apparently George felt super pressured during the date because at the top of the lighthouse, we looked over like this wedding that was going on. There was like a private wedding, and I'm like, cool, we get to spy on a wedding. Like, I'm feeling like Harriet the Spy at this point. And so I sit down, and George is like, I did not take Barrett on this date to go to a wedding. That's a different level of commitment that I was not ready for.
We were just beginning to date. All right? We were just beginning. And she's like, let's go to a wedding. Whoa, Sarge.
George, by the look of your face, I'm assuming this is also your favorite date that you guys have gone on?
Absolutely.
But genuinely, for me, like, I look back on this, and it is my favorite date that we ever went on, because even through all of like the hiccups or whatever, like, I just remember laughing. I remember, like, that's what I remember, is I remember laughing and talking and laughing. Now for George, it may be a little different, but as the recipient of it, like, it was the best thing that we've ever done. Like, that's my favorite memory. So even though everything went wrong with what the plan was, it was so much fun. So even if tomorrow goes a little bit different than what your plan is, the Lord is still able to make it fun. There's still something that you can be in joy over, because God is good. William said that you traded horses for a midget lighthouse. Sounds like it was fun. It was super fun. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So, suitcase. Okay. So, I'll make this shorter. But me and my friends, we went to Walmart once, and I don't know.
Heard this story?
And I don't know why we were at Walmart. I think we were just hanging out. And we walked by the suitcase aisles, and one of my friends was like, hey, buddy, you know what would be funny? I'm like, what, friend? And he said, friend of mine. He said, you should get in one of the suitcases. And when someone comes by, you should knock it over and then, like, come out of it and run away. You know, that would be funny. I was like, you know what, friend? That would be funny. Put me in the suitcase.
Put me in the suitcase.
So, like, he called me on my phone. Like, we found the biggest suitcase. You know, I got inside, zipped it up, and then, like, it tilted. He started wheeling me around. I don't know where he was wheeling me, but he was wheeling me around, put me in, like, the middle of, like, just one of the big aisles. Oh, need I also add, this was, like, midnight.
What is with you in midnight in stores?
I don't know. See, this is why I'm not a night person anymore. Apparently, like, I make bad decisions.
Nothing good happens after 10 p.m.
Exactly. So, yeah, well, William said one of my friends did something like that, only he got stuck. So I'm on the phone with my friend, and then at that point I was realizing, like, I can't reach the zipper, at that point. And if you've never been inside a suitcase.
You've never been inside a suitcase.
For those of us, hypothetically, there might be a couple
Yes.
that have never done that.
But if you've ever been inside a suitcase, it quickly turns into an oven. I was sweating like out the wazoo. But I was on the phone with my friend like, okay, is anyone coming by? Again, it's midnight. No one's at Walmart at midnight. And so I'm there waiting for someone to go by.
That's a good point.
And then all of a sudden I hear like my phone dies.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no, like, because he was waiting to tell me when someone was coming by so I would knock over and, get out. My phone dies. Bella says, did you scare Serena? Oh, no, this was pre-Serena. And so my phone dies, and I'm like, now what am I going to do? I can't get out. Like, it's getting hot, and it's just not fun. And then all of a sudden, the suitcase tilts, and I'm starting to be wheeled away. I'm like, this better be my friend and not some Walmart employee, because this will be super awkward when they try to put it back on the thing and be like, why is this so heavy? There's a human inside.
Can you imagine if a Walmart employee took you to the back room or something?
That would be
on the register to sell you?
That would be awful.
That would be awful.
But that didn't happen, thankfully, because then the zipper opened up, a phone hit me in the face, and then it zipped up again and wheeled, and then the phone started ringing, and I'm like, hello, and it was my friend. But then, he took a video of this, but, it was a really bad video, you couldn't see anything. But then I'm sitting there waiting. Before they zipped it up, I was able to get it to where it was open a crack.
You had a straw.
Yeah, have a straw. But at this point, I was in the suitcase for a good 10 minutes. That's a long time to be in a suitcase if you've never been in a suitcase. Deb said, could you not holler, or were you
Hermetically
sealed
I don't even know what that means, but I probably could, but I have to keep this prank going. I can't just start yelling in this little suitcase.
You're committed. You're all
I was
in at
committed.
This point. You have to be. Yeah.
But at that point, I'm like, they'll figure something out, and that's when they threw the phone in my face. So I'm on the phone with them, and they're like, wait, a lady's coming. Hold on, wait. Now, and then I with all my weight, knocked it over, and I was trying to find it. I found the zipper, I zipped it open, and then got my I wasn't looking around to see how they were reacting at this point.
No, you're trying
and
to get
I'm
out
army crawling because my bottom half was still stuck inside the suitcase. I'm trying to kick it off. Well, here's the thing. So people don't like this analogy, but whenever I finally popped my head out, it felt like I was being born again.
Sure.
There, fresh air,
It's cool,
I see the lights.
It's bright.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. I pop out, I start
I'm
army
sure
crawling.
Your mom loves that. You know what? When I was trapped in the suitcase, it was the same way as when I was born the first time.
Because I remember that.
Yeah.
And then I finally kick it off, and then I just sprint out of Walmart. I'm not looking back. There was a Walmart employee that witnessed it too, so I probably would have gotten kicked out if, I'm not advising you to do this. But then we watched the video, and it's this little old lady. I don't know why a little old lady would be at Walmart at 12 in the morning, but she's just going by, and then all of a sudden she just stops, and then she just walks on by, as you see me army crawling and then running out.
I now so much want to go shopping with Buddy Crabtree.
I haven't done this since my youth.
I feel like that just became a challenge.
I didn't hear that as a challenge.
I didn't either.
I did. I did. Yeah. Now I want it. No.
Next time on Lunch Plus.
What a great segment that would be. What can Buddy fit into and scare people with? Okay, well, this has been Lunch Plus. We genuinely, I know it's a little bit different today than what we normally do. We're normally teaching in the Word, but sometimes it's good to just laugh. And that is, Arabella said, a youth challenge. I just had multiple trains of thoughts happening in my head. Weren't you just inside a box this past Sunday? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I haven't.
We were playing hide and seek. It's different.
Yes.
Let's play hide and seek in Walmart.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Okay, that's what today was. We just wanted to make today fun, let you laugh, give you a break from whatever it is that's tried to be pressure on you. Give you a break, let you breathe, let you laugh. And if you need to, Arabella was in a box too. If you need to rewatch this again, then rewatch it again. Just laugh. Let the Holy Spirit flow through all of our silliness. Laugh and have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Can I just add one scripture?
Yeah.
Psalm 2:4 says this, talking about when the enemy is trying to come against you.
Yeah.
The Bible says in Psalms 2:4, it says, here, my phone is getting slow. No, it's not in Jesus' name. I'm just kidding. But the Bible says in Romans 2:4, or Psalm 2:4, it says, "He who sits in the heavens laughs.
Yep.
Laughs.
The Lord scoffs at them." What's he laughing at? What's he scoffing at? When the enemy's trying to mess with his kids.
Yep.
So we're supposed to be like Christ, you know. And how do we do that? Whenever the enemy's trying to come at you, laugh.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, laugh. That's what God does, and he's a good example of what we should do. So, you know, laugh.
Yeah. Amen.
Just laugh. Here's something that you could do, you know, after the broadcast, if you're like, I just want some more of this. Jesse Duplantis. He has a long series of YouTube videos. What are they called?
Merry
Merry
Heart.
Heart.
A Merry Heart.
Good like medicine.
Yeah, a merry heart does good like medicine, where he's just telling all these funny stories, you know, and it's true. A merry heart does good like medicine. So go look up those videos, watch those videos. It's good to laugh.
And he has a new one out.
Really?
He just came out with volume 8.
Oh, wow.
He had volume 7, but he just came out with volume 8 because I watched it this morning. So there's so many. Go find go find the story about Fritz. That is my ultimate favorite. The one where he talks about his employee that the Lord told him to hire and everybody else said don't hire. He's like, I don't want to hire. He's it's the best story.
It's a great God turned somebody around story.
Oh, but it's so funny to listen to though.
Yes, it is.
Like I think my favorite one of the mini Fritz stories is Jesse talks about how he took Fritz with him, like when he was going to have dinner at a pastor's house, and the pastor's kids started like messing with Fritz, like kicking him under the dinner table. So Fritz took the pastor's kid out back and started spanking him. He's like, that was Fritz. He's like, the paces of Job, my man, the paces of Job. But this has been today's broadcast. If you want to sow, you don't have to, but the broadcast is here and it's free for you. But if you feel leading of the Lord to, you know what, I want to sow into the joy that God has given me today. I want to sow into a ministry that's for me and is for souls. You're welcome to do that. You can go to giveww.org. I didn't know what you were doing until that moment. Or if you're on Facebook, you can do #donate, followed by the dollar amount. Whichever way you want to, it's completely free. But for those people who do want to sow in, we just pray, Jesus, bless their seed. Yeah. Let it be blessed, pressed down, shaken together, running over. May it return back to them quickly in the name of Jesus. Amen. We love y'all. Have a good Thanksgiving. We're going to have a special video for you coming out tomorrow. We're going to record it today, and you're going to see it tomorrow. It's going to be our Thanksgiving present to you. For more joy, tune in tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. But we love you. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We love you so, so much. Hey, do this. Send us a picture. Post it on the What's Right page or send us a message. Send us a picture of what your Thanksgiving looks like, and we'll put it up on Monday. If you guys will do that, then we'll share it in the broadcast, and we'll even, if we can, we'll try and reshare it on our page. Basically, if you send it to us, we want to get it up. So that way we can share the holiday with you. So yes, I just decided that right now.
Cool.
Amen. Okay. Love you. See you. Blessed Thanksgiving. Happy and joyful.